What if I told you that how we interpret the slender loris's behavior could lead us astray? You might feel like you understand these elusive creatures, but there's a deeper side to their actions that often gets overlooked. Picture this: you're observing a slender loris in the wild, mesmerized by its large, soulful eyes and graceful movements. It seems to convey emotions that resonate with you. But what if those behaviors are misleading? Instead of reflecting emotional depth, they might be masking survival instincts that distort our understanding of wildlife conservation. Let's dive deeper. The slender loris is often seen as a gentle, wise creature, and many people want to connect with it, viewing it as a mirror of human emotion. However, when we project our feelings onto these animals, we risk misinterpreting their true nature. This misunderstanding creates a gap between our perceptions and the real needs of conservation efforts. Now, imagine being in a conservation workshop, surrounded by passionate wildlife enthusiasts, sharing tales of the loris, emotional intelligence. The excitement is palpable, but lurking beneath it is a potential pitfall. Many don't realize that viewing loris behavior through a human lens can lead to flawed conservation strategies. It's an uncomfortable truth, but it's the reality we face. Think about the consequences of this misinterpretation. When we misunderstand their behaviors, we might advocate for misguided actions, believing we're helping, believing we might fire there fire where higher oil wire be the seal the sail very view fires But what if those actions are actually harmful? Instead of promoting their natural habitats, we could inadvertently support practices that endanger them. It's a dangerous cycle that often goes unspoken. As tensions rise, envision this: a slender loris, overwhelmed by human presence, retreats deeper into the shadows. You thought you were connecting with it, but in reality you pushed it further from safety. That haunting image lingers. Are we genuinely helping these creatures, or just reinforcing our own narratives? So, what can we do instead? It's about stepping back and observing without an emotional filter. We need to appreciate the slender loris for what it truly is, not just how it makes us feel. This shift in perspective can be transformative, not just for us, but for the survival of the species. Consider this: if we can embrace the complexity of their behavior without projecting our emotions, we can foster genuine understanding. This understanding can lead to more effective conservation efforts. Next time you think about the slender loris, remember it's not just about the feelings they evoke. It's about the reality they embody. Take a moment to reflect on your connection with wildlife. Are you truly understanding them, or are you simply projecting your own emotions onto their world? Let's work together to find that balance. Can you really gauge an animal's emotions just by looking at it? What if I told you that one of the most misunderstood creatures is right in front of us, and its signals could lead us down a risky path? Meet the slender loris. With its big eyes and slow movements, it may seem adorable, but there's a hidden complexity in its behavior that many overlook. The danger. Misinterpreting its actions could seriously impact wildlife conservation. Imagine walking into a sanctuary and spotting a slender loris curled up, seemingly indifferent. You might think it's calm, but this apparent tranquility can actually signal stress. Many assume that if an animal is jumping around or making noise, it must be happy. However, the slender loris often expresses stress through subtle signals. A slight change in its posture can reveal whether it's comfortable or in distress. Now, picture yourself at a conservation meeting advocating for the protection of these creatures. Someone confidently asserts that their behavior reflects emotional intelligence. The room buzzes with agreement, but a nagging feeling tells you something isn't quite right. The very behaviors people praise can be harmful. When conservation efforts rely on superficial interpretations, we risk overlooking the true needs of these animals. Consider this: a slender loris in the wild might appear calm, yet it could be feeling fear or discomfort. If we misread these signals, our conservation strategies might unintentionally put them in danger, like a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. As you sit in that meeting, you can feel the tension rising. The conversation shifts to funding and projects based on these misunderstandings. You see the potential disaster unfolding and realize the stakes are higher than you thought. What if we could avoid all this? By learning to recognize the subtle signs of stress, we can adopt a more compassionate approach to conservation. Understanding the true emotional landscape of the slender loris can lead to more effective strategies. So, what's the main takeaway? It's not just about saving a species, it's about truly understanding them. Reflect on how we assess the emotions of those we aim to protect. If you've ever felt the urge to speak up in a moment of doubt, you're not alone. Together, we can cultivate a deeper awareness in wildlife conservation. The next time you encounter a slender loris, remember there's more beneath the surface. And as you walk away, think about this: how often do we overlook the quiet signals in our own lives? Just like the slender loris, the answers you seek might be hiding in plain sight. Have you ever felt a deep connection to a creature while watching a wildlife documentary? It feels personal, right? However, that connection can cloud